Hey, how's everybody doing? This is First Sergeant Siler with the JRTC program, and I kind of like to share, what my experiences were on September 11th, and kind of what it meant for us as soldiers, and kind of where we were, and kind of how it impacted our lives as we kind of move forward from these horrific incidents of September 11th, 2001. So the first question I want to answer is kind of my age. Where were you when it happened, and kind of how it had an impact on us. So I was 27. I was a staff sergeant in the United States Army, and I was on active duty. And I was stationed at Fort Drum, New York, which is about 75 miles north of Syracuse. And it's a light infantry division, and in our unit at the time, we were on a rotation at Fort Polk, Louisiana, where we were preparing to deploy to Kosovo on a peacekeeping mission. And so we were down there for 3 weeks, and we were running simulated operations that replicated the conditions that we were going to experience once we got into Kosovo. And being part of the 10th Mountain Division, it's a light infantry unit. It's a high operations unit. Where the tempo is high. The deployments are you do a lot of deployments, a lot of training, a lot of intense training. A lot of preparations for various peacetime and wartime operations. But like I said, our unit, we were down at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and it was early in the morning. We were getting to go transition to our lanes for the day. Where we want to run through the various conditions and the simulated conditions, and conduct a good day of training. So as we're getting ready to leave and get in our vehicles and go out for the day, our leaders in the tent started to kind of gather around this small TV. So right in the center of the tent that we were staying, we had a little small TV that we could watch some news feeds, and everybody was kind of gathered around that. And we knew something wasn't right, and we saw the Twin Towers that had been hit, and us as soldiers, we knew what that meant. And it meant that we were under attack, and that we were at war. And it would forever change, kind of the army, the military that we were in, to the army and the military that we were heading to. So. But yeah, I was at Fort Polk, Louisiana. We were in our tent that we had stayed in. It's a large tent. Probably had probably about 100 people could stay in this tent. But we were all kind of watching on a little small TV, and it forever changed our lives. Question 2: how much did I know about the Middle East before 9/11? Yeah, we knew a little bit. We were trained on the different parts of the country, and the different the different threats, and we knew a little bit. We did a lot of training on Cold War tactics. Leading up to this, it's a peacekeeping army, but you always had various threats. But the Middle East was something that we were trained on. But our biggest threat was kind of coming out of the Cold War, and Russia. We'd kind of train for simulated things of that nature. Question number 3: have you ever thought about terrorism before 9/11? Absolutely. As a soldier, you do annual trainings on terrorism and anti-terrorism briefings, and you're kind of well versed on terrorism and what it means, and what to look for, and the importance of staying vigilant, and all those things. So you receive training, but clearly when September 11th happened, it took it to a whole another level. And question 4, I'll kind of hit this one pretty hard. How did 9/11 change your life? Changed it drastically. Like I said, from being in a peacetime army, where there wasn't any wars or any battles or for the most part we'd been kind of war free from since the Vietnam. There were a couple little battles here and there, but nothing major since like Vietnam. And the Gulf War happened, but it was real short. But we knew that this this would change how we trained, how we deployed, how much time we would have with our families, what that intensity of training would look like, what those deployments would be like. And for me and for us, me personally, I would go into multiple deployments after 9/11. We would go, went to Iraq in 03 during the initial invasion, went to Iraq in 06, 07, went to Afghanistan in 2011, and these deployments can be directly contributed to the terrorist acts that happened on our country on September 11th. You clearly valued your time with your family and your friends. You realized it was always important, but it kind of added another level to how important that time is. You really valued those friendships and those relationships kind of to the core. Question 5. What would you like your students to know about what it was like to experience that day? Like I said, we were a military unit. We were a light infantry unit, training to go on a peacekeeping mission in Kosovo. But I was away from my wife, away from my daughters. But even though you're surrounded with your soldiers and your friends and you're all kind of experiencing the same thing, in some challenging conditions, we all felt that sadness. We all felt that anxiety, that pain that I think we all as Americans were feeling. As soldiers, you asked yourself, along with everybody else and many others, like, why? Why did this happen to our country? Why did this happen to so many innocent civilians and but that's the impact of terrorism. Terrorism has this way of rallying radical thinking people to do horrific things to innocent people. That's the sad part of terrorism. But yeah, we felt the sadness, we felt the hurt, we felt the pain, we felt the anxiety, we felt the confusion, but I've said this many times too. As we had all those emotions kind of running deep through our core, it was, we had many other emotions too, and that was pride, like the way that you felt for your first responders. The men and women who went in those towers or the Pentagon, or who prevented that plane from going into the Capitol. Like, you felt that pride that we had as Americans. You felt that passion for our soldiers, for our men and women in uniform who would deploy and protect our freedoms. There's a massive sense of pride and patriotism around September 11th and for years thereafter. And I get asked this a lot, we should never forget the sacrifice that the men and women made on September 11th, and we should never forget the sacrifice that our soldiers and men and women in uniform made, protecting our freedoms because of, those horrific acts of September 11th. But, my military career changed, and along with, that of many others. So I'm forever, I'm thankful for this opportunity to share my experience of September 11th, and feel free to reach out, and if you have any more questions, I'd love to answer for you. Thank you.